Hey, algebra. So we are going to go over expectations. Welcome, parents, and it is nice to see you. I'm not actually seeing you, but I know that we were in the classroom, and so I miss having that back to school night. Couple things. First off, I do have an algebra expectation sheet that should be linked here. Um, hmm, and there it is. And it is also linked on our website. If you don't want to watch this video, is sort of the condensed version. So what will be happening, what grades will look like, what to do when you're absent, what materials you need, all of that is on this sort of one pager. But I'm going to go back to my video. What will the weeks look like? How will the weeks look? If it's helpful to you or your child, look at this with them. Okay, so on our website, this is our website, it's linked from the Bell website. Here's all the teachers. Here's our algebra weekly pacing guide. Also, the slides that I'm going over right now with all the links are right here, the algebra slides. And there's a unit tentative guide that I will also mention. But here's my weekly guide. So the weekly guide, newer slides are below. I've changed this. So if you looked at it earlier, it was a doc and now it's a slideshow. So this is this week. So this week only, because we're trying to do map testing, I have a remote day and I have an in-class day. This is an odd week. Typically, it would look more like this kind of week or this kind of week, where you're going to have, this is what's happening on Tuesday and Thursday. We have objectives. Cohorts A are in the building. Cohort B is Zooming in live. So my intention is to have algebra on our block days, Zoom in and work together. My goal is to have even people with headphones in being in individual breakout rooms and problem solving with the people that are at home and the people that are in this classroom. I think it will work. And we're going to keep trying. And then the other thing I want to mention is this unit guide. So I will try to give you a unit guide. It's not, that was not the unit guide. That is what I hit. So it's not linked correctly. So I'll fix that link. The unit guide kind of gives you an idea of what's going to be happening in the next sort of weeks to come, when you can expect to see things happening. Right now, things are spinning out of control, like changing every day, not necessarily us in this classroom, but the school, the district, things are changing. So it's been hard for me to do that, but I'm trying my best to give you some sort of outline, knowing that it's changing very frequently. So let's keep going. What supplies do you need? You need to have some sort of a notebook, a spiral notebook of any kind. It can be a composition notebook. It can be graph paper if you want, or you can just put paper in a 3-ring binder if that's what you're using and take notes as you go. If you're in person, if you could bring tissues for yourself, that would be helpful. I have a few boxes. I have literally 3 boxes, so you can either bring them to leave in my classroom, or if you want to bring the little packs and put them in your, because even though they're wearing masks, they still sneeze or they get sweaty and they just want to wipe their face off. So I don't have any Kleenex in this room, and that would be super helpful. Um, they'll need to get a graphing calculator, a TI-84, something like this. If you want to get a better one, I explain that more. I do have some loaners, and some people have told me that they wanted them. I put out a form for the kids to say, and there were about 25, 30, 26 kids that wanted to borrow them. I would like to use that as part of our curriculum so they know that going into Algebra 2. If they're absent, they're going to check that weekly pacing guide that we already talked about. In that weekly pacing guide, it tells you what to do if you're absent. You have 2 days to make up for every day you miss. You can get 90% work credit, except you do need to fill out this late work form. The late work form is in Google Classroom. I'll show that to you. So here is a typical, this is one algebra class. This happens to be period A, so we have a million classes, right? Because it's all in classwork. There's this easy login right at the very top, and in there has a late work form. It has an Edpuzzle link. It has a big ideas link. That's their textbook. It has a Desmo link. Those are all general, and it has our Zoom meeting link. Those are all the general links that they should need this year. And then on top of that, when we look down at a week, so this is week 4, this one was here on Wednesday. This is the list of things they would have done today as they make this. They would have taken attendance by 10 a.m. And this was a weird day because it was asynchronous because the people in class were taking the map test. That normally won't be the case. Normally they're going to be zooming in at the same time. They have an ad puzzle to do. They have a note sheet to take notes while they're watching the ed puzzle. They have Desmos. It's already assigned for them. In Desmos, they have to go to Desmos right here, student.desmos.com, and then there's a big ideas assignment, and they would need to go to the big ideas assignment to do that, and then there's an exit ticket. So that's what their day looks like. Now you've seen what the week looks like, what their day looks like, and then when they're done with that, they would need to fill out that's what I was trying to show you, is the late work form in the Google Classroom. That late work form is in there under that very first topic of when they're late, that they need to fill out that form. And many of your children have already done that, because I've already done, I think, 200 late work things filled out from that form. So missing work will be an M. Once they put it in, once they put something into that late work form, then it can be changed. If we take the test and they didn't have a chance, if we take the test, meaning we're done with that sort of topic, it might get changed to a 0, in which case it's too late. I'm going to be pretty lenient, because this year is all about reassessing and what do you need to know. But if they're not reassessing anymore, if I've given them time to reassess and they're not, then it's going to go in as a 0. Please let me know of extenuating circumstances. How do we plan to learn? We're trying synchronous learning on block days for the first unit. That means every block day, we're going to be zooming into class. We'll adjust in the second unit. If that isn't working, we'll change things. Fridays, I'm being left to pull small groups, or individuals may need additional help. So I will be saying, if you need additional help, then fill out this form or something like that. I'll put out email me if you need to have, and we'll set up a time that they can come and see me on Fridays. But other than that, Fridays will be asynchronous. There will likely be homework on block days. They're going to likely just be like a normal math class. They're going to come, they're going to learn, they're going to practice, and then they're going to go home and practice some more. So they have a little bit of homework, but we have so much time built into our schedule this year, between Bobcat and like access time in the morning. If they're hybrid and they're here at 7:15, classes start till 7:45. They got a lot of downtime that they should be able to get all of their work done. The grades this year are going to be self-made goals. They're going to decide I'm going to tell them what they need. They're going to decide how much they've learned, and they're going to self-reflect and grade themselves. It has a very high effect size. We're going to try this, see how it goes. Honestly, there's nothing I can do to stop them from Googling every single answer to a test if I were to give it to them. If they're sitting in this room, maybe not, but half of the kids are not in this room. So it really doesn't make sense to try to give traditional tests and traditional things like that. So this really will be about you owning your own learning. Your grade, what you learn in here, will really make your life so much better going into Algebra 2 and what you know. Okay, this is you making yourself a better algebra student, and I'm trying really hard to make kids understand that they need to own their own education. I feel like I'm really babbling. I'm going to follow the district curriculum. So we are going to use Big Ideas as a source. We're going to use illustrative math. There's Mars tasks. Big Ideas math looks like this. If you want to see their test, also, there are whole Big Ideas apps. There's one that has every other problem in as a solution, and a worked out solution, not just the answer, but a worked out solution. Another reason why it doesn't make sense for me to be grading this, because I want you to take this into your own hands. I want them to say, like, I can find the answer, I just have to know how I got it, and then I need to practice the next one on my own and then check the work. There's videos, there's help videos. That's another app. There's another app that just you can download for just the entire book if you want. What we're using is called Common Core 2014. So if you go to Common Core 2014 and you were to look up, didn't show up, and you were to look up, Common Core High School, sorry. Common Core High School, that was my 6th grade book. You look up Common Core High School and you go right here to Algebra 1. That is your book. It has this fancy looking gold spiral thing on it. And each chapter you can go through, this is your actual digital book. And like I said, you can download this entire book if it's helpful. It is in Google Classroom. There's a PDF of it downloaded for at least chapter 1 so far has been downloaded or is uploaded into Google Classroom. But it's also here. So sometimes kids can't get on to big ideas, and I tell them, look at the pacing guide, look at the unit guide, see the numbers you have to do, just go right into the assignment, go right into 1.1 and go down like you would a normal book and do the assignment if you can't get into the pages. So this should be accessible even if the website is down for some reason. Illustrative math, if you want to check it out, it's what they've used for the last couple of years. We love it. It's a great curriculum, and so I pull from it very often. The problem is it doesn't have as much of an online component as Big Ideas, which is why I'm using Big Ideas more often. The last thing are there's Mars tasks. If you want to look at those, if you want to give your kids some challenges, look at these Mars tasks, mathematics assessment project. There are some amazing things in here. I get emails from parents all the time. What can I do to challenge my kid? Those are some great places to look. NCTM, you kind of have to have a membership, but if you can find anything by the National Council Teacher of Mathematics, that's a great place to look. Okay, next slide. This is our approximate dates and the broad categories of our units. So you can see right now we're in reasoning with equations and inequalities. These are the approximate books and big ideas. Like I said, we have lots of other resources. I mostly put this out there because I do have a few students that have tutors or they have older brothers or sisters or parents that want to help and they want to know, where's the book? Where do I look? This is a good place to start. Where do I look with what they're working on? Okay. Next slide. I already talked about the phone apps. Khan Academy, there's an app for Khan Academy. If your kids are bored and they're sitting around and you think they're watching too many YouTube videos, have them look at Khan Academy. And then those are YouTube videos too, I guess, but those are so helpful. The chat, Google Chat is another app that I recommend. It's a way that they can communicate with their teachers pretty easily and with each other. It's an app that Jefferson County has access to, so nothing should be going on. Kids know that they have access to it. It should be a very clean way to have a conversation with a fellow classmate. They might not have their cell phone number, but they can chat back and forth, and it's kind of an overseen way to have communication with other students and with their teachers. Here's how to contact me. My name, I'm Linda Jones. If you look it up in the district, it's linda.jones. I will email as quickly as I can back, but voicemail is difficult to check. Chatting is totally fine. You can send me a Google chat. Anybody has that ability, right? Not just kids. Please contact me anytime. That is my actual cell phone number. If you would rather call me or give me a text, say, just don't forget to tell me who you are. You know, I'm Johanna Smith and my child is Jimmy and he's in fourth period math or whatever it is, and then tell me what's going on and I'm happy to help you with anything I can. Do email me if you're not getting the Google Classroom update. So if you're not listed as a guardian and you would like Google Classroom invites, I am more than happy to get those to you. Thank you so much for watching this slideshow and this video. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, and I just noticed I spelled video wrong. But have a great night, and thanks for your time. Bye-bye. And call me with any questions or email, whatever. Thanks. Bye.